Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Richard Davey. I'm the president of New York City Transit. Behind me, I'm joined by members of the New York City Fire Department, NYPD, members of my team at New York City Transit, and then members of the TWU 100 who represent, among other folks, the bus operators here at our system. I'm going to stop when the trains go by. First thing I want to say is that our hearts and prayers go out to the bus operator and the 12 passengers, customers who are on the bus that you see behind us hit the structure here. The bus operator is in critical condition. The 12 customers who were removed will let the fire discuss their situation. But it's fair to say that this is a tough day for the transit family. Which is why I think you see so many of us represented here today. We'll obviously do and have begun already an investigation as to what occurred and why this happened. But right now, I think our attention is focused not only on the investigation, but the health and well-being of the 13 folks that were on this bus. I'm going to turn it over to a couple of chiefs from New York Fire. We'll ask the TWU, Richard Davis, representative, to say a few words, and then we'll take questions. So first, Chief Jeffrey Facinelli and Chief Evan Suchecki would like to say a few words. Gentlemen.
Good morning. I'm Battalion Chief Jeffrey Facinelli, FDNY, Battalion 1-8. At approximately 8:21 this morning, we were dispatched to a report of a auto extrication, or a vehicle accident at the intersection of Westfarms and Boston Road. Then we saw that the accident was a little further up at Longfellow and Boston Road. We responded initially with one engine company, one ladder company, and a rescue company. When we arrived on scene, we saw the bus had crashed into the L pillar, and we had numerous occupants that were injured and needed medical care. So we requested additional resources of another engine company, of the ladder company, and additional EMS resources. We stabilized the scene, make sure the bus wasn't going to move, and then we started assisting with patient care and worked together hand to hand with EMS.
Good morning, Evan Suchecki, Division 2 EMS. Upon dispatch to the assignment, there were numerous EMS resources assigned. Upon arrival, we immediately identified the critical bus driver as the first initial patient. We began treating the patient immediately and identifying the other patients on board. They were immediately triaged and identified to have minor injuries consistent with this type of collision. A total of 13 patients were transported for this assignment, 1 critical and 12 non-critical, to St. Barnabas Hospital and Jacobi Hospital. The driver was treated for cardiac arrest, and we're not sure, as your question is, if it was traumatic or medical in nature, which will be identified by the hospital. Not that I'm aware of.
All right. Again, I'm Richard Davis, Secretary Treasurer of TWU Local 100. On behalf of the TWU, of course, it's a very hard day for us here with heavy hearts. We're here in front of you. We'll be here with the family. Prayers go out to the family. And, we understand that she's in serious condition. We're praying that she pulls through it to come back home to her family. And we'll be here alongside our counterparts at MTA and my bus family to make sure that we're here for her and her family throughout. Again, we don't have as much information I can't even speak because you don't expect to come here on a daily basis to get hurt and not make it back home. So you can understand it's a very trying day for us right now, knowing that Ms. Ortiz is in a serious condition. Thank you.
Lastly, I just want to mention that Captain Manuel is here with us as well, who can take questions about the police investigation. So with that, happy to take questions.
We're hearing that the driver had a medical episode. Is that clear to you now?
So everything is under investigation. What I can tell you is, all of our bus operators go through a biannual medical physical. The operator had hers 6 months ago and was fit for duty. And all of our operators are met and checked on a daily basis for fit for duty as well. So they will see a yard supervisor or a crew dispatcher, as an example, as she did this morning.
What can you tell us about the driver?
I'm sorry, can you?
What can you tell us about the driver?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously know she's in serious condition. As mentioned, she's with her family at the hospital. We have managed the hospital. Her sister is also a bus driver. She's part of this transit family. When we found that out, we pulled her off her bus and sent her to the hospital. So when I said it's a family, it literally is a family here.
Other questions?
Yeah, can you talk about, was there any concern about the train?
Yeah.
Can you talk about?
Sure. So the answer is no. We have our maintenance away crews that did an inspection of the pillar behind us. No issues. We're determined it was a slow speed, but in any event, the maintenance away engineers determined there were no structural integrity issues.
And did you have to shut it down for a while that investigation was going on?
I'll find out, but not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I think that we went to slow speed.
Sorry, I don't know if you've already answered this question, I couldn't hear, but as far as the bus driver
Yep.
herself, she's 44 years old?
Yes.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And right before that, was there a medical incident? Did something happen? Or are you able to go into what happened before the crash?
Yeah, I mean, not that, I think that's under investigation. As I mentioned, she went through we have a biannual physical for all of our bus operators. She had hers in January, and it was fine. And like for every bus operator that shows up in the morning, they'll have interaction with management, crew dispatch, whatever, as they fit for duty. She did that this morning and was deemed fit for duty.
And has she been in any other incident with the MTAs?
She has a good driving record with us.
Was she due, I guess, for her next annual physical, just if that was 6 months ago?
It's
or-
biannual, so it's every 2 years.
Oh, every 2 years.
Yep.
Got you. And then also, how many people were on the bus total?
12, including and 13, including the operator.
Okay. We did speak with a mother who said her daughter continued and walked to school, but was limping. So after the fact, the officer walked with the mom, walked to the hospital.
I mean, obviously we'll rectify that. There's video on the bus, so we'll know exactly how many passengers and who was on the bus. So if there's additional folks, or in this instance, this young girl, obviously we'll have that person to identify themselves, and we'll want to talk to them as well. Yeah, sure.
At this time, we're at the early stages of the investigation. Our collision investigation squad is currently canvassing for video. As you can see, there's video to the side here. They'll check videos along the street. Our CTG crew will also take measurements of the scene and try to put all those pieces together. Working with our MTA partners and other agencies, we'll take all of that evidence and all of that work, and we'll work together with MTA to come out with a final report. But again, we're at the early stages right now of the investigation. So we do have some video from inside the bus. Thanks to our MTA partners, we'll take that information, work with MTA to come to put our final report together.
Last question, was there any other car involved in this? I don't know what the bus itself.
At this time, we believe just the MTA bus at this time.
Anybody else?
You did mention that the driver has a sister. Is the sister at the hospital, or she's been taken off her route?
She was, and she is at the hospital.
Okay, and then what can you tell us about the release of video on board the bus? Is that going to happen?
I don't think we release video. It'll be up to obviously the NYPD. So
Police investigation.
yeah, exactly.
Andrea, you have a question? Okay, can we get Andrea, please?
That-
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, there were a total of 13 people on the bus at the time?
Including the bus operator that we are aware of. There's other information that maybe someone walked off the bus, but who were treated at the scene, there was the bus operator and 12 customers that were treated at the scene.
What were the injuries from the crash to the bus driver?
That I don't know.
That's the chief.
Yeah, the chief may be able to help. If you know the injuries of the operator?
The driver was treated for cardiac arrest, and we're not sure, as your question is, if it was traumatic or medical in nature, which will be identified by the hospital.
No bruising or?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.